Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. My name is Riri and I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty, and I have a sweet spot for indie brands. Today it is some trash talk. Let's talk about all of our empties. Alright beauties, before we start, please don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe down below if you have not yet. There's also a little join button right down there that you can click to become a channel member. Thank you to my channel members. We're going to dive right on in. We're going to try to make this one short and sweet. I'm going to be doing my product empties today. I don't feel like I have a whole lot. And if you are new here, I have a little scale with my product empties. I call it my like, love, or loathe. If I loathe it, of course, I just hate it, and it was trash, and I would not recommend, nor would I purchase again. A like is, I probably used it all up. It was okay. If I had to get it again, or if somebody gave it to me, or I could get it on sale, I'd probably repurchase it. And a love is, it is cream of the crop, holy grail status, have repurchased, will repurchase, and highly recommend to you guys. I hope you are doing well. Sound off down below. Let's have a mental health check. How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Any big plans, birthdays, vacations? Also, do you prefer summertime or wintertime? I'm curious. If you know, you know, I do not like summertime. I do not like to be hot. However, I love swimming and being in the pool. So maybe I do like summer. I don't know. I definitely prefer to be cold though, because you can bundle up. You can't really run around naked if you're hot. I mean, you could, but you might get in a little bit of trouble. Anyways, we are going to dive in. I'm going to start up first with just a like. This is the Dollar Shave Club Shave Butter. I just have a little mini that I think I got in like a subscription box or something like that. It's okay. It is a thinner formula, which I don't like. I like something that is a little bit more kind of thick and dense as far as a shave cream goes. And I also prefer something that leaves my skin feeling hydrated. And I don't feel like this did this. It was okay. It works for what it is and it smelled nice. But it's just a like. Next up is another purity cleanser from Philosophy. I have used this for many years. I always have this in my shower regardless of what other cleansers I'm using. I will always go back to this. I have always gone back to it. My son also uses it. I think it's a beautiful formula. I've never gotten any irritation, no stinging, no redness or anything like that. The scent is lovely and I think that it's impactful and it works well. It's a love. It's a holy grail. I don't know how many I've purchased of this. It is pricey, I will say that, but I do think that it's worth the splurge. Next up is another love or a holy grail, and I just repurchased another one because I love it so much. This is the House of Eris, the Lash and Brow Wash. It has distilled water, coconut oil, polysorbate 80, and tea tree oil. I will caution you right now, I know people are not fans of tea tree oil sometimes, or you can also be allergic to it. I will say, as somebody that does not like tea tree oil at all, do not like the scent, nothing about it, I was very hesitant when she sent this to me. This one was sent to me. I purchased this myself. She wanted me to test it out and of course give honest feedback. And I have to say I'm blown away. The tea tree oil, it's there, but it's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering. I don't feel like I'm smelling it and I'm like, oh my God. Of course, if you're allergic, this is not for you. But I've always had the issue, and when I kind of did my first review of this after 30 days, so many of you sounded off down below as well, where even if you're double cleansing, I take pads and wipe my makeup off, I cleanse in the shower, I'll use Purity and then something else, I'll use an exfoliator, whatever the case may be. I can still come in here when I'm doing my skincare at night, look in my 5x magnification mirror down here, and I still see residue in my lashes. I always have, no matter what cleanser I've ever used. Cleansing balms, oils, whatever the case may be. So when I started using this and I would see how much product I was actually getting off onto the pad, it was a little scary. And if you've never taken off your makeup and then looked in an up-close mirror, you might be intrigued. You might also be a little bit scared of how much residue and makeup residue and mascara is left behind. This takes everything off, you guys. Everything. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. If she ever stops selling this, I'm going to be a little bit upset. I do also have a discount code. It is Riri20 with the House of Eris. That is not commission or anything like that. It is just for you guys. Highly, highly recommend, especially if you're somebody like me that you wear makeup consistently, especially mascara, because I'm a mascara hoe, as we all know. It's perfection, hence buying a brand new one. I love it. Holy grail. Next up is another holy grail, but I'm going to give you a word of caution, if that makes any sense. It is the Kate Sommerville Exfolikate Intensive Exfoliating Treatment. This is probably my third or fourth one of this. I've been lucky enough that I've gotten these either in subscription boxes or I've been able to find them on Mercari. It is pricey, y'all. Very pricey. I love this. If you need something that is cream of the crop, intense, very, very exfoliating, very invigorating, and it's going to do the job, this is for you. However, when you first use it, I would say less is more. And I would leave it on for maybe 45 seconds or so. I leave mine on for about 2 minutes. It is quite aggressive. I will say that it is very abrasive and very aggressive. I like the scent of it and everything. It smells like it has cinnamon or something in it. But if you do have very sensitive skin, very reactive skin, probably not for you. And I've actually heard a lot of people with dry skin say that they hated this. I love it. Yes, I do feel like my skin is obviously a little bit dried out with this, but I go in with my regular moisturizers, overnight sleeping mask, whatever, and I'm fine. This is not something like the other one I will be talking about. This is not one that you can use 2, 3, 4 times a week. This is a 1 time a week, or you know, maybe you've worn a lot of heavy makeup for a week straight and you just need an impactful cleansing. This is it. It is pricey and it is quite powerful, quite potent. So I'm going to just throw that out there, but would highly recommend. I've repurchased and I really, really love this product. Just word of caution. Next up is the other exfoliation that I was going to tell you guys about. This is the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion. This is the age-defying exfoliator. Overall, this one is much less intense than the Kate Sommerville one is. I've also been very lucky to get this in subscription boxes over and over again, or be able to purchase via Mercari, because it is also very pricey. This one right here is one that I do believe you can use 2 to 3 times per week. Of course, you want to moisturize and everything after the fact, but this one, you can put it on, you can feel it, but it's not aggressive. It's not too much. I've never had a reaction to it. I've never had redness or anything like that from it. So if you're looking for something that is still going to do its job, but not be crazy intense like this one right here, highly, highly recommend. Have purchased it over and over again. Would repurchase it. Actually, I need to get one. Let me know what exfoliation you use. I know a lot of people do not like physical exfoliants. It doesn't have to be. I'd like to know what your exfoliation products are. Comment down below. Next up, I'm going to dive into brows. If you know, you know, brows are my thing. I love having my brows on. I love that my brows are finally growing out. Damn 90s. I'm going to start with the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This is in the shade Brunette Betty. This is probably my 10th at this point. I have backups. It is phenomenal. And I do know, like, I have the Milani, you know, brow pen. I have other brow pens that work fantastic, and then other brow pencils that work fantastic. But this, the fact that it's all together, that's why I love it so much. But it is a waterproof pen on one side. It's obviously nothing in there. But I like the consistency of this pencil. I like that it is waterproof. I like that it is thin enough to give me the little hair-like strokes that I want. And I like that it's firm, but not so firm that it's pulling and tugging. But then it's the flip side, not so creamy that it's just building up and becomes gunky or waxy in the brows. And then the other end is a little brow pen, which also is waterproof. It's beautiful. I love the tone of this. It is bulletproof. I typically try to get mine from like QVC or when Ulta does the 21 days sales, because it is a little bit pricey. I will say though, it's holy grail status. I've talked about this now for probably 2 to 3 years. It's fantastic. Next up is my Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I also have gone through multiple of these. I keep backups. I have one in my overnight bag when we go to see Caleb. It is a beautiful formula. I love the tone of it. I always use Brunette. Of course, it's empty, but I like that it is a retractable pencil. I like that it has a spoolie on the back, even though I don't typically use the spoolies. I use my own. It's bulletproof, stays on all day. It has kind of that same texture that the Urban Decay one does. I'm pretty particular about that. If a pencil is way too stiff, I hate it. If it's way too creamy and it's breaking off and gunking up in my brows, I hate it. This is kind of that beautiful mid-ground, the way that the Urban Decay one is. And this is typically $10, but they always have them BOGO, or they'll be $5, or buy one, get one 40%. And Ulta oftentimes will have, you know, if you spend $18 on Ulta product, you get a freebie, things like that. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful product. I love the tone. It lasts a very long time. It is definitely a holy grail. Next up is the Real Her I Am Strong brow pencil. This kind of is the same exact thing. It is a retractable pencil. It is quite thin, and the texture, again, it lasts all day. I love the tone of this. It does have a spoolie on the other end if you're interested in that. I don't use them. It has, again, that perfect balance between not being super stiff, pulling and tugging, but then not being so creamy that it's just looks like shit and feels like shit in your brows. Holy Grail status. I get these all the time, or I was getting them because I've been on a no-buy. But I get these all the time from like the Boxy Pop-Up, the Boxy Mega Drop Shop, things like that. And they're like $4 to $5 if you get them that way, but highly recommend. They're definitely Holy Grail status. Next up is this little mini MAC Fix Plus spray. I love to have little minis like this. I think that's why I like Ipsy so much, especially now that we travel to see Caleb more often, and I'm actually getting out of the house. I love having minis. I love MAC Fix Plus. It is something that I discovered way after everybody else because, of course, I'm late to every damn party. I get there when everybody else is about to leave. All the food's gone. Anybody else? Yeah, I just tried MAC Fix Plus probably 3 years ago, and I'm obsessed with it. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful product. I feel like it's hydrating. It does make the makeup just look beautiful and melt into the skin. I do feel like my makeup lasts longer. I love the component. I love the sprayer. Oddly enough and weirdly enough, I love how it sounds when it's spraying too. That little I love it. Anybody else? Yeah, Holy Grail status. Love it. Next up is this little mini Benefit, the Porefessional Lite. I will say I'm not a fan of this type of primer typically. Like, I hate it. I'm all about a more kind of lotiony, balmy, like moisturizing type of primer because I do have dry skin. But I will say, in using this in my overnight bag, I really, really like this. I don't know that I would repurchase it, so I'm going to say it's a like. But if you do like that kind of more silicone-y feeling, but if you like that feeling the way that Porefessional is, it is a lot less dense than the original Porefessional is. And I do think if you like that type of a primer, you're going to really like it. I just wouldn't repurchase it, but it was nice and it's much better and less dense and less thick than the original one is. So just, if you like that kind of primer, you'll like this. If not, then don't buy it. Next up, we are talking about mascaras, my favorite makeup product. As you all know, I'm obsessed. I go through a ton of mascara because I love them. And I don't wear lashes. So I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This is probably my fourth of this. I'm almost done with my Cosmic Black one that I have. I'm going to say right now that if you want lift and length, that's actually what I have on today, mixed with my Bite mascara. But if you're looking for length separation, you're going to love this. Do I feel like it was worth all the crazy ass hype and oh my god, this is the best thing since sliced bread? Absolutely not. But I do like that the wand is nice and flexible and it's really small, so it kind of gets in there and grabs every single lash. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful formula, quite black, quite long wearing as well. I think especially if you already have pretty nice lashes and you are looking more so for length and kind of an opening fan effect, I think you're really going to love this. I tend to still kind of layer this particular mascara just because I want volume and curl as well, and I don't feel like you get that with this, but Holy Grail status, it's beautiful. If I'm only wearing one mascara, it's probably going to be this one. It's also the one that I pack in my bag, so that speaks volumes. It is definitely a Holy Grail. Next up is my Uoma by Sharon C. This is the Level Up Batter Boom Mascara. This is a volumizing mascara, and I just got a mini, I think in my Ipsy or something. The only thing that I don't like about this particular mascara, like I love the wand, I love that it's incredibly black, it does offer some volume. It dried out so incredibly fast. I don't know if mine was old or what. I was only able to use this about 3 or 4 times. I will say, kind of layering it in conjunction with one of these, the Maybelline Sky Highs, with this, it's incredible. It looks absolutely beautiful. I don't know that this was an older one, so I'm just going to put it in the like category. But I think if you are like me and you like a kind of thicker, fluffy wand like this one is, and you're looking for a rich, bold, intense black mascara, I think you'll really like it. Also comment down below if you've tried this. Let me know, did yours dry out really, really fast? And I mean like literally like the next day trying to use it. It already seemed very dry and sort of kind of clumping up and flaking on me. So it's a like. I may try it again. If you guys recommend it, I'll try it again, but it's just a like for me right now. Next up is the Saved by the Belle collection with Wet n Wild mascara. Not my favorite, but it isn't bad. It's just not my preference when it comes to a wand. It is a curl wand, but it has like the kind of more firm, but it has like the more firm bristles on it. These are not always my favorite. I will say this one also dried out pretty quickly, which I like a drier mascara formula, but not so dry that I can't even kind of layer it. And as I'm trying to layer it, it gets gloopy and clumpy. It's just okay. Their little tiny mini something or mega slim mascara, whatever it's called, that is perfection for the lower lash line. This right here, it's just a like. Next up is my Kosas, the Big Clean Mascara. I've raved about this since trying it. I also want to speak to this, not just the formula and the brush. The packaging on this, you guys, is so incredibly nice and weighted. I love the ombre effect as well. This is my type of mascara. I like a thick, fluffy wand. I do like that it is a curl wand and it is a drier formula. I will say this kind of does the same thing where it tends to, towards the end of the 3-4 month time frame, when you should be throwing away your mascaras, it gets incredibly dry, like to the point where you're trying to build it up and it gets clumpy and does not layer well. In that first 2-ish months or so, perfection. It is beautiful. It is quite volumizing and it stays in place all day. It's incredibly black. I cannot say enough about this. I would just say that I'll caution you that it does start to dry down a little bit more than I kind of prefer. You can always add a little bit of eye drops to it to kind of take it to that 3 to 4 month time frame. But if you're like me and you use mascara frequently all the time, I don't think you're going to have that issue with it. It is definitely a holy grail. It is beautiful. And then last but not least is the Maybelline Curl Bounce. I kind of have a theme with my mascaras. I like the Maybelline Sky High just because it can really lift and lengthen and it separates everything. And then I love going in with a volumizing mascara. This mascara is stunning. I absolutely love the wand on it. Again, kind of a more thick, fluffy wand, and it does have a slight curl to it. This one did not dry out as quickly. It is a more dry formula, which I love. But this is not one that kind of got clumpy and would start to flake as it got a little bit older. It gives a lot of good bounce and length, beautiful curl to it, and it is incredibly black. It is a love. We're done. Although I did go through this, I'm seeing this right here beside me. It is the Tower 28, the SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. I've used this up. I would highly recommend it. It's beautiful. I will say that I wear this a lot kind of coming out of the pool and after being in the sun all day. I don't necessarily use it as like makeup prep or anything like that. And I can say that when I use this, my skin looks incredibly brightened. It's very hydrated and my redness goes down. I'm not sure if that's a claim with it, but if you do have a lot of rosacea like your girl right here, it might be something you want to check out. I would love to have the full size of this. Let me know if you've tried this. We are done. That is a wrap, beauties. What all products have you been using lately? What are your favorites? What are your holy grails? What is the one product that you tried and you were just like, absolutely no, this is garbage? I'd like to know. Sound off down below. I love you, beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.